Today is all about the updated version of the underwater squat, my underwater squat training program, school.com/underwater squat. What is updated about it? Well, the training program, the Ultimate 2, has got new tables, new timers, new everything. So it's a better user experience. We have guided timers for all the breath holds, and I will walk you through all of this. So let me first show you what you get when you go to school.com/underwater squat. So this is the landing page. Most at 30 to 90 seconds in about 1 month. So yeah, this is the promise that I make. What do we get in here? 6-week breather challenge. This is the ultimate one. This is a 6-week challenge, 15 minutes per day. Right after you wake up, before breakfast, you follow 15-minute videos, which is like a merge of a course with practical exercises. So it's already a training program, but you learn a lot of stuff as well, because before you can actually do Ultimate 2 and really hold your breath in the best way possible, you have to learn about breathwork. So that's what we do in Ultimate 1, the 6-week challenge, and then Ultimate 2 is the breath hold builder. This is the actual training program. And then we have a breathwork masterclass where we go in depth on different topics like oxygen saturation, CO2, the relation between those two, the difference between tidal breathing and hyperventilation, what happens in the body, ways to visualize, ways to calm your mind. This is an in-depth, higher level breathwork masterclass for those who want more besides the regular training programs. And then we have the apnea library where we have all the exercises together under one library. This is perfect for new freedivers, so people who are new to this, spearfishers for longer and calmer holds, and returning divers, people who have been freediving already but then they kind of stopped and now they want to go back to it or back to training. So imagine you could stay underwater at 10 to 50 meters for about 2 to 3 minutes. How wonderful would that be? Well, that is possible if you learn to train your breath holds. So these are a couple of results from real members from the underwater squat. Jeremiah, who went from 3 minutes and 12 seconds to 5 minutes in only 18 days. This is probably the fastest progress I've seen. Meili, who went from 3 minutes to 4 minutes and 12 in 30 days. Esther from 2:30 to 3:34 in 1 month and a half. Maya, 2 minutes to 3:05 in 26 days. Matt, 2:45 to 5:07. Oh, that's even a bigger jump. In 62 days, took him 2 months. And David, who reported to be calm at 3. And why am I including this? Because breath holding is not just about how long you can hold your breath. In fact, if you know me, peace in every breath, you've seen my videos on YouTube, you know that I actually try to steer a bit away from only thinking about numbers, right? Breath holding is about so much more. Finding peace in every breath, being calm, even when you hold your breath already for 3 minutes, that is absolutely wonderful. So that's why I included in this. But yeah, most people, they respond to longer breath holds, of course, because eventually that's what you want, right? You want to hold your breath longer. So that's what I put in here in this landing page. But just be aware that in freediving and in breath holding, it's not just about numbers. It's about finding calmness, learning about yourself, understanding that the things that are holding you back from holding your breath longer are internal things that stop you, limiting factors. They're most of the time mental, and through learning how to hold your breath longer and becoming a better freediver, we actually learn to understand that we ourselves are our biggest enemies. So if we stop being our biggest enemies, we become better people, better breath holders, better freedivers. So if you can be calm at the 3-minute mark still, that is absolutely wonderful. Train your breath holds, $37 per month. You get a refund if you do not like it. And we also have an annual plan where you get a 40% discount. So if you press the button join now, then you will see the options of payment. So that's basically what you see on the landing page. Now, let's take a look at the community. So before I show you all of this here, the courses, the training program, let's take a look at the community. So here is where you can interact with all the people, the members. We have 87 members now, and we are growing this community. It's going in the right direction. I'm getting more members. So I hope or I predict, if I would have a crystal ball, that by somewhere halfway 2026 we would have 200 to maybe even 300 members. So it's growing, it's working. The beginning of starting such a group is always the most difficult part, right? Because you don't really know what it is that your audience really wants. But now with 87 members, and after doing this for about a year now, I know what is important inside this community, because I've heard so much feedback, I've received so much feedback from my members, and I've kept on building and making this community better. So I believe right now with this update, it is probably the best thing I have ever produced in terms of freediving, besides my YouTube channel, which has 1.5 million subscribers now. So yes, I am of course proud of this. I think it is a very good program. I think it is a very good community to be in, not just to get feedback from me, but to get feedback from other people. For instance, when we go here to the wins category, and let's scroll down here. For instance, Eric, September 19, 503 PB. So not only me is replying to this post, but also other people. So you get feedback from the whole community. People congratulate you. So it's not just a training program that you execute and then that's it. It's a whole community where we actively support each other. So here in this wins community, you can post your milestones. Also, if you have completed Ultimate 1, the 6-week challenge. So today, Alex completed the Ultimate 1, and then you get your certification. So this is the certification for the Ultimate 1, 6-week breather challenge, and you also get certifications for each milestone. So when you hold your breath for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or who knows, even 5 minutes, you can get a certification for that. Why? Because it's fun, it's cool to have a certification. You can print it out, put it on your wall, or if you ever follow a freediving course, you can show that. You can say, hey, I've held my breath already for 3 minutes and 30 seconds or 4 minutes. So your instructor, who will guide you through the very first freediving course, can see this and can know that, well, you have already some kind of level. Or if you would do some coaching besides a freediving course, outside of the scope of certification, you can show this and say, I've been training my breath hold already. So that is a nice thing to have in your pocket. So here we post our wins. Here in the live replays, we post the replays of our live sessions. Twice a week we have live sessions. So this one here was on a FRC and RV, a bit more advanced, but we don't always do advanced stuff. We do for all levels. And if we do advanced stuff, I organize the live trainings in such a way that beginners also can follow this. So I do it in a way that both beginners and advanced people can train in the best way possible and can benefit from this training. And usually we do this until the first contraction. So for instance, FRC, RV till the first contraction. Now for people whose first contraction comes later, I just tell them exhale a little bit more. So we kind of come up with a system that everyone finishes their breath hold more or less around the same time, but some people just take a bigger inhalation and other people just take a smaller one. So we make it work for everyone. So don't be afraid if you can only hold your breath for, let's say, like 1 minute and you think you're too much of a beginner to join this. Everyone can join and everyone does join. We have different levels in these live calls. We did here Uddiyana Bandha live, apnea walking 5:15, 5:5 till the first contraction. Let me just quickly show you how this looks like. So this is live streaming on the school platform. So after here we have a timer, the timer running, the 5:15, 5:5. This is an old timer. Can you see this now? My internet is a bit slow today. That's a bummer. I hope this will work. Come on. No, it doesn't. Anyway, I got a slow internet. My apologies for that. So after the trainings, there we go. We discuss, of course, the trainings, and we figure out what went well, what went maybe not so well, and you get feedback from me. So on the next training session, you can act upon that and take into account my feedback. Let's take a look at the last one. This was the FRC table we did. I need faster internet in this place where I am now. Let's scroll a bit forward. Oh, this is without a timer. Yeah, I use my phone for this. So 2 times a week, guys, we have live sessions with the replays here. Here we have the discussion tab where you can ask questions. So this is the community. I just posted this 2 days ago. Ultima 2 version 2.0 is alive. We will take a look at that pretty soon. Eric just posted that he went to a liveaboard trip on the Maldives, and he posted some videos. So besides teaching you how to hold your breath longer, we can also just enjoy ourselves and post some pictures and say, hey, I went there and this was fun about my trip. So we inspire each other with the freediving trips we go on to. Javier Rodriguez posted today, I still have to reply to this post, got to 3:30 from 2:30 thanks to the new Ultima 2 training in a relatively short time, because Javier or Javier in Spanish is a relatively new member. So from 2:30 to 3:30, awesome job. All right, guys, let's take a look now at the actual training programs, right? By the way, if you're following on YouTube, leave a comment. Say something so I can see that I'm actually talking to people. I'm not just talking to myself, because I feel a bit like I'm talking to a computer here. I want to talk to people. So let me know you are actually listening on Instagram as well. We have a lot of people waving at me. So let's take a look at the actual programs, right? So this is the onboarding sequence start here. So this is basically just telling you how the program works. We start with a liability waiver. So yeah, this is freediving, guys. This is breath holding. So we have to take certain safety regulations into account. If you follow a freediving course, you will have to sign a liability waiver as well. The same goes for the underwater squats. Before you can start a program, you have to sign liability waiver with safety regulations. But basically it all comes down to what you probably already know. Never hold your breath alone in the water. Always dive with a buddy. That is basically the summary of all the safety regulations. Then opposed to introduce yourself, and based upon your introduction, I will tell you where you can start in this program and some further info about the trainings. Let's head over now to the actual training program. So Ultimate 1 is a 6-week challenge. We have 6 weeks, and we start with alternate breathing. This is the breathing basics. 50 minutes a day, every day. Diaphragmatic breathing, chest breathing, nose breathing, the Ujjayi breath. And here we master our final breath. We learn how to take the most amount of air in through the final breath. Extending the breath, we have mini breath holds. We talk about FRC and RV, because you have to understand what that actually means, FRC and RV. And we do some FRC and RV breath holding here as well. Intercostal breathing, full yogic breath. So you take the full breath in through the belly and then the chest. 5, 6, 5, 8, 5, 8. Just the count on how long you hold that breath. Then in week number 3, we have breathing less, square breathing, hyperventilation, a whole session dedicated to hyperventilation, tidal breathing, and hypoventilation. What are the differences? And not only do I explain the differences, but you're actually going to do it. So Ultimate 1, the 6-week challenge, is a course together with a training program. So I'm explaining stuff, but then I give you time to actually do it yourself as well. The Bohr effects, and then we finish off with triangle breathing. Expanding the lung capacity. Week number 4 is all about the Ujjana Bandha. We have the seated Ujjana Bandha, Kapalbhati, the shining skull, the forceful exhalations. That's also an exercise for the a diaphragm, not a stretch but a strengthening exercise. So the Uddiyana Bandha is a stretch for the diaphragm, the Kapalbhati is a strengthening exercise. Standing Uddiyana Bandha, and we also cover dry packing. Why dry packing? You might say, well, packing, excuse me, packing is an advanced technique for freediving, true, and as a beginner intermediate you should not pack for freediving, just don't do it, because it comes with a lot of disadvantages as well. But we can do dry packing just to learn it and to stretch, because when we do dry packing, we are getting in air on top of the final breath, which means our whole thoracic area is under pressure, which means that these muscles are being stretched. So it's an alternative way of actually stretching your chest, your thoracic area, the whole area in here. It is by having that chest under pressure. Then week number 5, overcoming stress and anxiety, probably the most important week of your life. Visualization techniques on how to remain calm when you hold your breath, alternate nostril breathing to create balance, more square breathing this time over the count of 6. Cold water facial immersion, this is a trick you can do when you're stressed. You put your face in cold water to trigger the mammalian diving reflex. So we are talking about that as well in this video. It's a whole video dedicated to this, super interesting. The body scan, just like visualization, to stay calm when you hold your breath. Humming, Brahmari Pranayama, 3 different ways. It is to create that resonance, that frequency inside of your skull. Also to remain calm. This is all about overcoming stress and anxiety, and square breathing over the count of 8. And then week number 6, the daily routines. We finished the 6-week challenge off with the last week. Every day I give you a specific routine for specific purposes: energy and focus, sleep, focus and balance, flexibility, relax and positive. And we finish off the last day of the 6-week challenge with total Zen. Total Zen. You learn to be in total Zen on your last day of the 6-week challenge. And why is that? Because if you know how to stay calm, total Zen, you will hold your breath longer. So Ultimate One is a full preparation to hold your breath longer. If you go through Ultimate One day by day from the very start, like you should, then when you get to Ultimate 2, you will already have a decent breath hold without actually practicing your breath hold, because here in Ultimate One is where you learn the basic principles of what it takes to hold your breath longer. And then when you're done with Ultimate One, you can do Ultimate 2, and this is the program I just updated with new timers, RV, FRC tables, better, more smooth experience. So before you begin, there are a couple of things that you need to know. For instance, the purges. Purges are 2 bigger breaths before you take your final breath. So in this video I explain what are purges. You don't have to do that. Some people don't do it. In the underwater squat, we take 2 purges before we take the final breath. Some people do 3 purges. Some people do even 4 purges. It doesn't matter. In the underwater squat, we do 2 purges. And I explain you in here how we do that. Then a video about contractions, because we have tables, and also in the live trainings, we do breath holding until the first contraction. So you need to know what is a contraction, and you need to be able to localize or to determine when exactly happens that first contraction. So for beginners, this is a bit difficult. So it can take a couple of weeks, sometimes longer, for you to exactly pinpoint on when you will have that first contraction. That's fine. Over time, you will create more awareness, and you will be able to tell, oh, this was the first contraction. And then, of course, recovery breaths, because when you finish your breath holds, you're going to do 4 recovery breaths. So in the rotor squat, we do 4 recovery breaths. Maybe some courses will tell you to do 5 recovery breaths. It doesn't matter, 4 or 5. What's important is that you do these recovery breaths. So those are bigger breaths to get fresh air in, fresh new oxygen after you hold your breath. We get some additional stretching. So in Ultimate One, I think I forgot to mention this in this stream. So in Ultimate One, we start each session with 5 minutes of stretching, because this thoracic area has to be stretched, of course, has to be flexible. In the Ultimate 2, we get additional stretches, more advanced stretches. I will talk about training frequency, so you know how many times per week you should train, or for different purposes, because there is not one answer for everything. And a prep explainer, so before you do your breath hold tables, you could do 5 minutes of square breathing or 5 minutes of stretching. So we talk about how you can warm up before you actually start doing the breath hold table. So we have different ranges. So we have the range from 0 to 1 minute, which is like super beginner level. So for people who have absolutely no experience, most people who have no experience and they have tried to hold their breath, they can maybe hold their breath for 20, 30 seconds. So this is for them. So we get a maximum progressive table, that's how we call it, max progressive to 1 minute. And every table, the thumbnail of each table starts with how the table actually looks like. So on the left, we see the breathe up time. On the right, we see how long you hold your breath. So this is 1 minute preparation, 1 minute breathe up time, 20 seconds breath hold. 1 minute preparation, 30 seconds breath hold. 1 minute 30 preparation, 40 seconds breath hold. 1 minute 30 preparation, 50 seconds breath hold. 2 minutes preparation, 1 minute breath hold. Pretty straightforward. And I will talk you through this whole sequence. So when we fire up the timer, I'm not sure if you can hear this.
2.
I hope you can hear this.
1 minute preparation starts now. Tidal breathing through the nose.
I'm not sure if the sound of this timer is coming through the live. I hope it is. So at certain moments, I will talk. So for all the tables in this training program, we have now these guided timers at 30 seconds. I'm not sure if I will say, probably not. Oh yeah, soon I'm gonna say you can take your 2 purges now. So let's just wait until second number 38. Here we go.
And you can start taking the 2 purges, 2 bigger breaths.
And you can start taking the 2 purges, 2 bigger breaths. So you take that first purge.
And another one.
And another one, that second bigger one. And then take a final breath now.
Take a final breath now. 2,
3, 4,
5, and hold your breath.
So everything is
20
guided.
20 seconds breath holds.
20 seconds breath holds. I'm not talking through the whole timer, of course, because you guys want to hold your breath and there has to be silence.
I'm going to give you a countdown.
From
3, 2, 1.
Release. And recovery in,
out.
In, out. In. These are the recovery breaths. In and out. Now we start preparing for the next breath hold.
Now.
Tidal breathing, 1 minute.
Breathing through the nose.
And so on and so on. So through experience, I've been doing this for quite some time already, guys. So the first tables I ever uploaded on my YouTube channel, that was 4 years ago already. My progressive tables 4 years ago. These progressive tables in here, I've tweaked them a little bit because over the years, and especially in the underwater squat, I have received quite some feedback from people.
And you can start taking the 2 purges, 2 bigger breaths.
Let's just forward a little bit.
7, 6.
This is the countdown already.
4, 3.
Let's forward. Okay, we're back in tidal breathing, so I can talk a bit more. So with the feedback that I got over the years, I have updated these tables that are on YouTube and made them even better. So these max progressive tables that you have in here in the underwater squats, those are actually the tables that are just better. So I took the tables from YouTube, made them better, and then I added quite some new tables on this. So in total, I think we have almost 30 different tables in this Ultimate 2. So that's how it looks like, guys. Let's take a look at the range 1 to 2 minutes. We start with a double one. We do triple 45. So for instance, triple 45 is you hold your breath for 45 seconds 3 times. We do a no contraction table, maximum progressive 130, triple one breath, 10 times 30, triple 15. So let's take a look at triple 15. 1 minute preparation, 30 seconds breath hold, 1 minute preparation, 1 minute breath hold, 1:15 preparation, 1:15 breath hold, and so on and so on. These are my triple tables. They are also on YouTube. I've updated them, tweaked them to be even better. And then when we go to 2 to 3 minutes, we have CO2 tables, we have no contraction tables, and we so on and so on. So on the 3 and 4 minutes, we have more tables. We have FRC progressive tables, RV progressive tables, CO2, max progressive 4. There's a lot in here. And then when we go to the 4 to 5 minute range, we will have a more personal approach. So I will just give you a table in the community. I will just tell you, hey, do this table, and then based upon your feedback, I will tell you what is the next thing that you should do, because I believe that you will make faster progress starting from 4 minutes if I give you a more personalized approach instead of just giving you a training program. Because what holds you back in freediving, in breath holding, is something mental, or it can be CO2 tolerance, or it can be just pure anxiety. And if we pinpoint what is holding you back and we fix that, that's how you actually make progress. So starting from 4 to 5 minutes, I will just go step by step with you in the community feed. And after each table, you tell me, hey, this was difficult or this was easy. And based upon your feedback, I'll give you the next table. Yes. Let's take a look at the calendar, guys. Twice per week on Wednesday and Saturday. Every 14 days we do apnea walking. Yes, we do apnea walking live. And the other trainings are a static apnea. So for apnea walking, you can go outside or you can do it inside your apartment. For the breath hold training, you either sit down or lay down on a yoga mat. We have a map here where all the members basically show where they live. Not exactly, so you don't see their exact address. I think the pin is about 10 miles off. Oh, it says here, pins are off by 10 plus miles for privacy. So it's not like you see exactly where the person lives. So let's take a look at Europe, for instance. We have in Switzerland 3 people. So you see the location pins, but you don't see exactly where they live. We have 4 people from Switzerland. Pretty awesome. So for instance here. And based upon these pins, you can have an idea of where this community is basically located in the world, and you can find buddies, right? You can find people from your own country and maybe see each other in real life to do some training together. And then we have the leaderboards. So every time you post something or you comment on somebody else's post, you get points, and based upon those points, you get the scoring system here in the leaderboards to see how active you are. It's fun to see who is active in the community. We all try to do our best and contribute to this. Yeah, guys, that is it for today. So if you want to join, go to school.com/underwater squats, or if you're already on the school platform, just type in underwater squats and you will find me there. Soon the price will go up, so if you register now, then your price will be locked in. We call that grandfathering your price, so it's $37 per month or 250 something per year, which is actually the price of 6 months. So that's almost a 50% discount. So if you get in now with the price of $37 or the 250 per year, you can lock that in. And if in a couple of weeks or months, because I will increase the price once we get over 100 members. We're at 87 members now. I think when we get over 100 members, the price will go up. So you can lock in that price. We have members that have been in this community from the very first start, from the beginning, and they still have their initial price. School.com/underwater squat. If you have any questions, just ask me. And that is it for today, guys. Peace in every breath.